A story that shocked the nation. A mother accused of buying alcohol for her teenage son and his friends. Prosecutors allege she encouraged them to drink to extreme excess, then lured them to drunken house parties where oftentimes they were pressured into having sex while she allegedly watched. Shannon O'Connor, also known as the party mom of Los Gatos, will be in court tomorrow for a preliminary hearing. And she faces 39 charges ranging from endangering the life of a child, supplying minors with alcohol, and sexual assault. Now, recently, she rejected a possible plea deal that would have sent her away for more than 17 years. She has pled not guilty and faces up to 20 years if convicted of all charges. We want to bring in trial attorney Misty Marris on this disturbing case. Misty, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So the DA claims that she had ingratiated herself into these parties, messaging the teens directly on social media. She helped them sneak out at night. She hid it all from her husband. What is going on here? Do you think that this is someone who was trying to live vicariously through their child?
It is such a shocking story and something that I'm interested to see as this case plays out. To your point, the DA has said that there are these messages that were exchanged with the minors in order to coordinate these parties, and that she ingratiated herself into their group of friends. So how a mother could possibly do this, not only involving her own child, but also to other children, is absolutely and utterly shocking. But those messages are going to be such a key and critical component of the case, because that electronic footprint is not going to lie. That's how the DA is going to establish some of these very novel charges of child endangerment that we're seeing in these 39 charges brought against this person.
Yeah, and you mentioned 39 charges. Out of all of those charges against her, which one would you say is the most serious, would carry the harshest punishment if convicted?
And that is the child endangerment statute, because that is a felony. So some of the other charges, believe it or not, Natasha, are actually misdemeanor charges. They're just all lumped together, and if she were convicted on all of them, it would ultimately be up to a 20-year sentence. But the child endangerment are felonies. So that is one of the most serious. Now, what I anticipate the defense arguing is that she should actually be charged as a misdemeanor child endangerment. I'm not saying she'll be successful, but that statute is what we call in the law a wobbler, meaning that the prosecution has discretion to charge as a felony or a misdemeanor. So there's a preliminary hearing coming up, and I would expect that to be a key argument that the defense brings forward at the preliminary hearing to try and shave some of these charges down, because those are absolutely the most serious.
And one interesting note, she is charged with sexual assault, but as an aider and abetter. Can you explain to our audience why she is facing this charge? And do you think the defense will try to get that charge tossed out or reduced to a misdemeanor?
They will absolutely try, and the reason is because as an aider and abetter, that is somebody who doesn't engage in the actual physical touching or act themselves, but they encourage or assist in the sexual assault. So there are a lot of different arguments to be made from a defense perspective about that. And I imagine that in this case, it's very unique. This is a very unique case in that sense. So a lot of it's going to come down to what we see in that electronic footprint, what we hear in the testimony. But the defense is definitely going to try and attack that. Keep in mind, this preliminary hearing, this is a pre-trial conference. And at the hearing, the defense is going to challenge the prosecution's charges. They have to show, from the prosecutor's perspective, probable cause, which is the lowest level in the criminal justice system for burden of proof. At trial, they have to show beyond a reasonable doubt. But that's when the judge will decide whether or not these charges stand as they are currently drafted and written by the prosecutor.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.